Good morning, students. Uh, Welcome back to our managerial economic class. In the last class, we discussed about the nature of managerial economics, and today we are going to learn about the special and important topic that is nothing but the scopes of managerial economics. Now, in the last class, we discussed that uh, the nature of managerial economics depends upon micro and macroeconomics. Now we are going to learn what are the scopes of managerial economics. The scopes of the managerial economics depends on the seven factors which you can see on the screen. First one is demand analysis and forecasting. Second one, cost and production analysis. Third one, pricing decision, policies and practices. Fourth one, profit management. Fifth one, capital management. Sixth one, competition. And last one, that is nothing but product policy, sales promotion, and market strategy. According to different experts, they have given, that means the economics people had given the scopes of management in different parts, I mean different category. Just have a look on the screen. This is one of the person economics who had done the clarity that the scope of the managerial economics also depends on the six factors here: demand analysis and forecasting, cost analysis, production and supply analysis, product pricing decisions and policy practices, profit management, and capital management. See, overall, what I was saying, it was according to the experts of managerial economics and Indian experts, but according to the international level, these are the six main factors or the scopes of managerial economics. Now, one more expert had given his idea in such a way. Just you can have a look here. That means scope of managerial economics is divided into macroeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics deals with theory of demand, theory of production and production decision, pricing theory, analysis of market structure, profit analysis and management. Last one, theory of capital and investment decisions. Coming to the macroeconomics, it is nothing but economic environment, social environment, and political environment. But overall, whatever it may be, the main conclusion will comes to this seven part. So we'll learn one by one what does it mean. Now first we'll go with the demand analysis and forecasting. What do you mean by demand analysis and forecasting? See, we have to create the demand in the market and we have to forecast on that demand and we have to focus on the business. So with this, the business people will create the demand in the market and they forecast it and they will bring the economic in their funds or in their company. Now see an example here. What is here? When a business manager decides to venture, means start into a business, the very first thing he needs to find out is the nature and amount of demand for the product, both at present and in the future. So whenever a businessman or the industrial person or an entrepreneur who want to start the business, it is his primary duty. He should have to identify what sort of product is to be produced or manufactured, which is useful at present and in future. What's the nature and amount? How much amount? The quantity, the price of the product, the quantity, quality. All these things will come in this analysis. Now, a firm's performance and profitability depends upon accurate estimation of demands. That means any organizations, its performance, that means when it started and how long it is there in the market and how much profit it is earning, that means income it's generating, upon accurate estimation of demand. What is the demand? See, for example, if I take any product like fast moving consumer goods or daily products like soap or paste, shampoo, like toothpaste is there, Colgate, Pepsodent, Close Up, Pepsodent Gel. These are the companies or organizations that see this Colgate and Colgate was there from the past 30 or 35 years and still it is continuing. So their performance is there and the profitability is also there and they know the estimation of the demand in the market. Depending on that, they are utilizing it. Now, the firm will prepare its production schedule on the basis of demand forecast. How the demand should be forecasted. That is important. Preparation of production schedule. That means every firm, every organization will prepare its production schedule. That means they will plan functions of management, planning, organizing, implementing, directing, staffing, coordinating, all these things they produce. And what are the product policies, what are the product policies are there, where we have to generate from, what sort of product we should have to produce, what sort of quality should be there, and how much quantity should be there, and what will be the price, and what should, where the transportation should be there, and how, what's the color, taste, pattern, all the stages, how the development will grow. All these schedules will be there, and they will demand on the forecast. Now, another thing, demand analysis helps to identify the factors which are helps in planning, business planning. That means not only that, I'll just make it slow. I'm a small one here. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Now, demand analysis helps to identify the factors influencing the demand for a firm's product and thus helps a manager in business planning. What does the demand analysis help? It will help to the manager to identify the factors, or what are the reasons influencing the demand for a firm's product. What is the reasons that we have to create the demand in the market for our firm or for our product, and thus helps the manager in business planning, how to plan it and how to utilize it in a proper way. Next thing, demand analysis and forecasting does help him in the choice of the product and planning output levels. That means it will help to the manager of the choice of the product. What product should have to, he should have to choose, and which is in demand. How it can be by collecting the primary data. All these things will come, and in planning output levels, he should have to plan it in a proper output levels. Now, the main topics, that means demand analysis covers, under demand analysis, what are the things are coming. Demand and forecasting are concept of demand, demand determinants, what are the demand determinants, law of demands, its assumption, and elasticity of demand, that means price, income, and cross elasticity. All these things, these are the topics which covers for the demand analysis. Here is a demand determinants. What do you mean by demand determinants? I will show you with the help of a picture. Determinants of the demand is nothing but price of the commodity. What the price should be there for the commodity. Commodity means here goods, unit, per unit or per good. Now, what the price of related goods should be there. Income of consumers, what the income is generating, how, what's the consumer expectations, what's the taste preference of color preference, or the pattern preference, or the size preference of the consumers. All these factors are known as determinants of demand. Price of related goods, what should be the accurate price, what is the income of consumers, what is the income of consumer after buying that product, what that they will get, what sort of service they will get, what sort of needs are going to be fulfilled by the customer, everything it should have to be get. All these things will be determines the demand of the customer. So that's the reason we used to call these five parts or factors as determinants of demand. Now we'll put the second thing, that is nothing but cost and product analysis, which is there on our first thing, that is cost and production analysis. This is the second part. Now we'll learn that what does it mean, the cost and production analysis. Now, be careful students. I hope you have understood about the demand analysis and forecasting, creating the demand in the market of the product by the manager or by the firm. In simple logic. Now coming to the cost, what should be the cost and production analysis? That means cost analysis is what and production analysis is what. Now see here in the screen, on the screen it has been mentioned clearly that in the modern world, a consumer expects a good quality product at a reasonable price from the firm. That means what the consumer is expecting, he needs the best quality of goods with a reasonable price. In normal parlance, we can say that it has good quality with cheap cost. Good quality with cheap cost. Now, it is possible only when a business manager has a control over the cost. If the business manager having the control over the cost, he can bring this philosophy in the business. Like for example, a manager is bringing the raw materials from the suppliers. He's not purchasing from the suppliers directly. Some intermediate channels are there, like for example, he want to purchase an AC, air condition is a manufacturing part. But what is happening, if I take an example of Daikin AC split AC consists of 1.5 ton. It's almost 35,000 to 40,000 depending on the features, again on depending on the stars also. So what will happen, where the in India, from where I am getting the product, I am getting from Japan. So from Japan to India, how much it costs, they will add the transportation, shipping charges, custom charges, all those things. If that manufacturing unit will be in India, then what will happen, we can reduce all these costs, that means transportation, customs, tax, tariffs, shipping, loading, unloading, carriage inward, carriage outward, all these goods will be removed from our part if the manufacturing unit is there. So because by seeing the demand in the country, what they did, they started planting a unit or a plant, manufacturing plant in Rajasthan nearby Kota place. So in the Rajasthan, the Daikin AC company manufacturing unit is there, and we are getting the with less price. The cost of 35,000 AC is now 29,000 rupees only. That means 6,000 per unit we are saving. Chances are there that if we manufacture, if you have the plan and if you have that unit in our Telangana state, what will happen? It won't cost that much charges also, or that much time or efforts it won't take. So what will happen? We can save some 2 or 3,000 more. That means at the rate of 25,000, we are going to get a quality of product. Where is 35,000 and where is 25,000? So we can save 10,000 if you are going to purchase from Japan. So these are the cost control. It should be that the manager should have to focus on it, and he should have to try to minimize the expenditure or the cost. Depending on that, the cost analysis will take place. Now, cost control is essential for the pricing policy. Yeah, just now what the example I had given, it is very important. That cost control should have to control the pricing policies of the product. Now, production analysis is narrow, but frequently it proceeds in physical terms, will while here term, that is terms, while cost analysis proceeds in monetary form. See, cost control totally depends on the monetary forms, and whereas production analysis comes towards the physical term. See, production analysis means how the product should be there. Either the products who are manufacturing, either they are the skilled laborers or not, skilled designer engineers are there or not, from where, that means the packing is good or not, the method, the techniques, the policies which they are using, it is qualitable or not. So these are the analysis of the production. See, a product which is manufactured by a fresher and by the expert person, the quality will be different. Chances are there that the person who make the product for the first time, he may get some defects in the product, and it will take more time for consuming to identify his defects or errors in the product. Whereas an expert or experienced labor will be there, he knows from past 20 or 25 years he is doing this job, and he is very authentic or effective labor who is going to manufacture the unit and who is going to give the output at right time. So it depends. Totally production analysis depends on the physical terms of the product, like packaging, labeling, assembling, collecting, maintaining, repairing, all these things will comes in the production analysis. Now, one last one, cost and production analysis are related with cost concept and classification, cost output relationship, production function, and cost control. Now, this is the figure. If you see here, what are the types of the cost objects, cost and cost centers, production and non-production cost, types of cost and cost behavior, direct and indirect cost, material, labor, overheads, all these things. So what are the terms you are saying here? In our third unit or fourth unit, you are going to learn with practical problems via another faculty. Now, fixed and variable cost. What is fixed cost is different, variable cost is different. High and low analysis of a cost into fixed and variable elements cost equations. So just you keep these things in your mind and you are going to learn in depth. One more picture is there. Production function run with short run and long run. In short run, again, one variable and two variables. If one variable is there, how the production function should have to take place, and if it is we are having two variable, what are the things you have to do. So these are the things you will learn in the practical one. Now another one, that is pricing decision policies and practices. That means pricing decision, policies and practices, these are the two terms. Okay, once a particular quantity of output is ready for sale, the firm has to fix its price given the condition in the market. The market T is missing, put it here. Yeah, so what they are saying, once a particular quality of output is ready for sale, the firm has to fix its price given the condition in the market. That means whatever the product we manufacture, when it comes to the quality, when the quality has been finished or finalized, then we have to sell. When the sale is ready, then we have to fix the price and we have to maintain the same, which is by seeing the condition in the market. Now, a correct pricing policy makes a firm successful, while incorrect pricing may lead to its elimination, means downfall of the company. We have to fix the right price with the right product, with the right time, with the right place. That is the main motto of the businessman or experts or managers of marketing or business mind. Whereas covers, that means pricing decisions and policy practices covers pricing determination in various markets forms such as perfect market, monopoly, oligopoly, etc. So you are going to learn in the next chapter what do you mean by monopoly, oligopoly, perfect price, demand analysis. What are the things what I was explaining, what I explained, you will learn in the next unit also. Now, pricing methods such as differential pricing and product line pricing and price forecasting. These are the methods which are used for pricing the product. Now, here if you see the diagram, you will able to understand. See, in the production, what is there? This is the production unit. And what is the cost? It will have some cost. And engineering development, that means the expert people will be there. They'll give. Here we are having engineering and developers. That means engineering means skilled labor, developers means semi-skilled laborers, and low-level developers will also become. So, what's the cost? We'll analyze. What's the finance? How much finance is taking place? What is the SBU manager will take? Okay, and what is the who is the influencer? Who is the approval? Who is the decider or gatekeeper, implementer, value receipt? All these things are there. Now, this is a marketing product management. Our product management is there. How? This is when we are having engineers, developers, financial managers, all these things. What is their duty? They have to make the product. After manufacturing the product, then it will go to the in the hands of the customers. So what we have to do? We have to the marketing manager will give the data. What is the customer value or requirements or demands in the market to the developers and engineers. So these engineers people, what they will do, they will make the products which is going to be manufactured. After manufacturing goods, which they will ask, so who is supporting them? These finance people and the managers. That means the managers, the people who are going to manage the organizations and the firms. All these things will be there, who are going to be takes place again by collecting the data. They are giving the market. This marketing people they also provide. That means the speech you should have to cover up all those things. That means they have to manage and they have to focus and learn on that part. Now another thing is here, uh, approval, information and customer, like price perception and value requirements. What do you mean by price perception and pricing requirement? It means first you have to see SBU means what? Strategic business unit. Strategic business unit. I'll mention here so that it will be easy for you to identify. Like SBU. SBU is nothing but strategic strategic business unit. Okay. So these are the things where you are going to learn, and these SBU units, what they will do, they will get the data from the marketing persons. They'll collect it, and what are the things they'll take the decision and implementer, and what is their main motto to bring the value or valuation from the customer, the price perception with value requirements. Then they will go for the after manufacturing goods. By seeing the customers demand, there will be price decisions policies will be there. So all this diagram is very very important for one and all. Now we'll go to the next term, that is profit management. What do you mean by profit management? The business firms are established with the objectives of making profits, and it is thus the chief measure of success. Now, for maximizing profits, the firms needs to take care of pricing. So what is, however, for maximize the profit, to bring the more profits, the company or the firm needs to take care of pricing. Best price should have to be taken place. Cost aspects and long range decisions should have to be taking place. What are the profit? See, why the business people are doing all this thing to gain some profit. So to gain some profits, they have to add all their expenditures, and they have to gain some profit with the same manufacturing unit itself only. Now coming to the next term, that is covering areas are nature and measurement of profit, profit policies, and techniques of profit planning like BEP, break even point, cost volume, profit analysis. This BEP, cost volume, and profit analysis, you will have the practical financial work in our next upcoming units. Now we'll go for the how the profit maximization will takes place. Profit maximization is the traditional approach that the primary objective of financial management is taking place. It represents the process of approaches by which profit EPS is increased. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages? These are the two approaches are there, which is going to be takes place. Now, here is the uh, advantages. Economic survival is there, and measurement standardization, social software, and what is this economical welfare is there. All these things are there to takes place over there. And now here, what do you mean by EPS? EPS is nothing but earning per share. That means what are the profit maximization taking, how much uh, profit we are going to generate with the help of this. I'll mention here also EPS. EPS is nothing but earning per share. That means per unit how much we are going to get. So this is very important. So profit maximization should have to be takes place by the manager to understand how much profit are we getting per unit or per se. Okay, so this is very very important. How much? So here are the advantages of the profit maximization, here are the disadvantages of the profit maximization. If you come to the disadvantages, we are having haziness of the concept. Profit ignores time value of money, ignore risk, ignores quality. All these things are there. You have to be careful with this. That means a company manager should have to take care. He should have to know what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages. Depending on that, he should know if the product is about more risky, that means risk is there. Ignore, that means quality is not perfect, or the value of the money is usage, then he should not have to step in that programmer approach. So we have to be very careful. The manager is the responsibility of the manager who is going to build up. As you people are the engineers people, you should have to know the economic terms of what are the quality of goods are there. You should have to know. Depending on those approach, you have to focus and work on it. So next, we will go for the capital management. What is my capital management? Capital management implies planning, acquisition, disposition, and control of capital expenditure. Acquisition means merging. It covers cost of capitals, rate of returns, and selection of projects. I repeat, capital management implies planning. What is the planning? That means what they will show, what is our product, how much it costs, what are the expenditure we bear, and how much we should have to price it, and how much profit we are getting. All these things will be planned in the blueprint before going to the launch, and they will have the sample size and they will finalize it. Now coming to the acquisition disposition, what does it mean? Acquisition means what are the things we should have to acquire needed, they have to take in, they have to merge it. What are disposition means, what are the things are defected, they have to remove it. And control of capital expenditure, there should be a control over the capital expenditure. How the capital can be controlled? By saying the unnecessary expenditures taking place, like if you are paying high salaries, within one salary if you are getting two or three employees, then we should have to remove those expert peoples, or we have to take the new qualitable persons who are ready to work with low cost or low labors, but quality one should be there. And we should have to take the rent, that means for plant is on the renters basis. If it start our manufacturing right in the village area where the cost of the building or rent of the building is very less or cheap, then we can go for all these uh, concepts or approaches will help us to reduce the cost or to control the capital expenditure. Now another thing is it covers cost of capitals, rate of returns, and selection of projects. See what is the capital management will decide to which project shall we should have to select and where we should have to select. For example, our manufacturing industry is the pipes, that means plumber pipes, that means the wall pipeline will be there. So they are the manufacturing units which they have, where they have installed, it should be out of the city where the land price will be very cheap and we can get less or low cost labor over there, and we will get electricity bill less and water resources for free of cost. All these procedures will be there, they will take. And return of, that means rate of return, in returns what we are getting if we are manufacturing it, that means we are providing the employment to that village people or the remote area people. In returns we are getting low cost labor, low cost in the city, and we are having less complaints. That means if our unit is in the residential areas, many people will complain on us, and there are the high risks are there that there will be a fine or the challan from the municipalities. All these are the returns, and how we are going to have returns from the capitals, how the returns are coming when we are investing this amount, what are the returns we are getting. All these possible categories and approaches are will be taken place in the capital management. Now what is here working capital? Again, the capital management consists of basis of time on the basic of concept. On the basic of time, permanent and fixed labors are the variables cost will be there, and temporary and variable will be there. Basis of the concept, gross WC, that means working capital will be there, and net working capital should be there. All these things should have to be there. And one more important thing, from where we can generate the capital, either by the banks or by the financial managers or by our own assets. All these things should have to keep in mind, and we should have to start the business. If we are having our own land, then we won't no need to pay the rent for it, so we can reduce the cost. If you have taken a small place where it is the rent is very less, or we have taken the building or the plant on the lease basis, that means we will give a huge amount to the landowner and will manufacture it for the term of 10 years. A time period or the schedule will be there. After 10 years, he'll give us back his own money, I mean the whole money of us, and we will get the land or the capital or the labor for free of cost for a time period of 10 years. Now this is the generation, and this is the source of income generated by the people. So we have to keep in mind, and we have to focus on this all these things. Now coming to the next one, that is competition. What is competition? It deals with the study of different markets existing in the environment. The environment is not constant and goes on changing. It also introduces the product in such a market where the manager can increase the sales revenue. So what is competition? Here it deals with the study of different market existing. How much markets are there, and how many competitors people are there, and how much people are our customers in the existing environment. Depending on the environment is not constant or fixed and goes on changing. It will be goes on changing every year or every time period. So we have to be very careful with our product and with our competitions. Next, another thing is to introduce the product in such a market where the manager can increase the sales revenue. That means we should have to be very careful. When a manager is going to start the business, he should have to bring. Everyone wants to run for the same goal. See, these are the this example of the picture is showing that here everyone are focusing on this one. He is from different market, and this is the market, and these are the different competitors. What the every competitors are doing, they want to reach to the goal within the short span of time and as early as possible. So we should have to, then this source, this process will generate the revenue in the market by the manager. Next one, the last one, product policy, sales promotions, and market strategies. In this head, you will have the product mix, sales production strategies, market strategies, etc. are important areas. That means what the product policy should be there. What is the sales promotion should be there. How the sales is going to be promoted, like with the help of advertising, direct selling, personal selling, emailing. All these are the approaches are the categories of sales promotion. What is product policy? How much the price should be there? What's the exact product consists of? How much expenditure it is costing? How much cost will it take at the time of manufacturing the units or at the time of finished goods? All these things will play the important role. Depending on that, we have to make the price. Next thing is market strategies. What do you mean by market strategies? How is our customer, what he is doing in the product, either our product is a monopoly or competition, perfect competition. All this, by seeing this, analyzing this, we have to get down into the market and we have to sell it in the market. Now, with the help of a small diagram, you are able to understand. Now, these are the marketing strategies. What is the marketing strategies? Marketing mix focus on product, price, place. This is product, this is price, place, promotion. In the product, what are the things should be there? At the time of production, the product should be manufactured by keeping in mind of these criteria. One is what should be the brand, next one style, another one color, design, product line, packaging, warranty, service, labeling, packing, uh, promoting. That means all these things will comes in the product mix. Coming to the pricing, how much discount is giving, terms of credit, it is the in the on the basis of credit or not, what are the allowances we are getting, what is the basic price, what is the pricing policy, what is the pricing strategies. All these things will come under the product mix, that is the price one. Now next one is place mix, that means where the place it's taking here. So wholesaler is nothing but wholesale, that means manufacturer, wholesaler, distributor, manufacturer, distributor channels, wholesaler, retailer, merchandise agents. I repeat once again, there will be a manufacturer unit. Then what will happen? It will goes to the distribution channel. The distribution channels consist of wholesaler, retailer, or merchandise. Coming to another physical distribution. What is the physical distribution? The manufacturer has made the firm. From when it is want to distribute to the wholesaler or retailer to the agents, it need transportation, it need warehousing, it need inventory for all these things. So this is the place where the marketing strategy takes place. Now coming to the promotion, how the promotion will take place. As I was saying that we need personal selling, advertising, publicity, sales promotion, either by dealers or consumer aids. All these things, this is nothing but the marketing mix. Marketing mix means 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion. By mistake it has mentioned product only, but this is not product, this is price. Just to recorrect it, I'll mention here. Yeah, it's nothing but here product, price, place, promotion. These are nothing but our marketing mix are 4 P's. Keep in mind. What's the topic? Marketing mix are 4 P's. This will be there in the marketing. There is a very big topic on marketing mix for MBA peoples. Now we'll go for another term, that is how the product policy will be there. The product policy will take place by the idea generation. First, what product we should have to manufacture. We have to create the idea. That means planning should be there. Initial screening. We should have to screen. We have to go for the paperwork or the blueprint work. Then we have to go to business analysis. We have to say that the business will work on in the market. Then we have to, that means from business analysis or initial screening, what we will get the data from the market, either what sort of features are needed for the customer in the market, and how the business analyst should be there, who are our competitors, either they are developed or not in the market, so can we develop it or not. All these strategies will come in the business analysis. Now we have to develop the product, then we have to do the market testing, that means sample size should be have to be taken place. Once it got success, then we have to go for the commercialization, that means start the business. So these are the things we are going to learn, that means we have learned today about the scopes of economics, managerial economics. I hope students you got understood with this topic, and please mention your attendance in the comment box. Have a nice day. Thank you. And I repeat once again, students, if you have any kind of problem, please uh, inform me in your comment box, or else you can contact me on my number, which I am sending the link to you, and give me the feedback. Have a nice day. Thank you.